Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts. In this video I'll be looking at Marvel Superhero Secret Wars Battleworld issue 1. Okay, so this is issue 1 of the 4-issue miniseries which celebrates 40 years of Secret Wars. Now I'm a massive fan of the original Secret Wars. It's what got me into Marvel Comics. In the UK we got reprints, weekly ones that kind of cut the individual monthly issues up. And I remember opening that 2-page spread of all the Marvel superheroes that were there and thinking, who the hell are these characters? I knew Captain America, I knew Hulk, I knew Spider-Man. That was pretty much it. So this is the kind of the book that got me into the whole Marvel thing. Um, so this is a weird one. We open up with black costume Spider-Man dancing around apparently some frost giants. Now, according to where is it? I thought it was at the front of the book, but does it explain at the back of the book? That seems crazy. No, it doesn't. Right, okay, maybe we've got an intro. Okay, anyway, frost giants, Spider-Man, frost giants, dancing around. Don't know what the hell's going on. Something's got to do with the Beyonder. Ah, here we go. Right. So, apparently, this entire 4-issue miniseries takes place in between two panels in issue 12 of Secret Wars. He goes off to get some food. He finds some food. Between those two issues, that's it. Now, this is kind of weird. Basically, he keeps mentioning that he's hungry through the entire issue to kind of remind you that he needs some food, right? Um, and obviously, when he arrives, he just seems to just pop up and go, "Oh, that's food, yum." So either he forgets this entire adventure, or he just decides, "Oh, I was really hungry 40 minutes ago, and now I still am." Anyway, it seems to be basically that he gets transported to like a different part of Battleworld, possibly. The yellow text is um, apparently the Beyonder. Although apparently by this time, because it's issue 12, we get a little brief recap of Secret Wars. We get him obviously get his black costume. Doom has defeated the Beyonder, took his powers. Everyone's kind of sitting around waiting to go back home. The Beyonder is apparently dead by now, so it's weird that apparently the Beyonder is still out there doing things. Again, maybe it's multiple dimensional space or whatever. Anyway, Spidey defeats these frost giants in various pieces of Battleworld. There's another kind of whizzing. He gets sucked to another portal. This other portal kind of takes him to this kind of classic, kind of Ditko-esque Doctor Strange background. And he goes through another portal, which puts him into another part of possibly Battleworld. It's difficult to tell. Looks like it is. Um, anyway, it's very hot here in this part of Battleworld. There is the Human Torch, which again, apparently, obviously, has been removed somewhere out of time. We're not too sure. They don't seem to be getting on very well, which is quite weird because obviously in current Marvel series they tend to get on really, really well. Um, but in this other one, it doesn't seem to be a thing. Oh, I thought it was quite funny as well. He dislocates his shoulder. I remember in either Craven's Last Hunt or something like that, he dislocates his shoulder as well. And I wonder if that's where this comes from, as a kind of a callback to that. If he's got a weak shoulder because of that thing, or this is the first instance of him getting a weak shoulder because it kind of fits in that timeline. Anyway, um, Johnny Storm is kind of here, gets knocked out, everything goes dark. Again, it's just kind of like fighting stuff for the sake of fighting stuff. Um, they get put down some caverns. They could possibly go to another location. There's more things around. And then the Absorb Man shows up. Now, apparently the Absorb Man is on his way back to Earth. So, yet again, another inconsistency. Nobody really knows what's going on. But basically, Absorb Man takes Johnny's fire, transforms into rock, manages to knock Johnny Storm out. And then, not you, you're dead, I saw you die. It's the Hobgoblin. Okay, right. So, Spidey's now fleeing from Hobgoblin and Absorb Man. And as you see here, apparently by the preview for next issue, we've got Constrictor, um, Electro, and I can't remember his name, Bazimo, and Hobgoblin. Anyway, obviously most of these people weren't in Secret Wars 1. I'm kind of annoyed a little bit, again, which makes me think he's going to forget. The fact that obviously we've got the Hobgoblin here. Hobgoblin comes back, and if he remembers that, oh, yeah, I just saw you in Battleworld, 15 minutes ago, then his return is not quite as impactful as it would have been originally, which makes me think he's going to forget what's going on. I think these are all people taking out of time or duplicates or whatever. But generally speaking, not a lot happens in this issue, apart from like one big chase. There's a kind of chase between three different time zone locations. The Absorb shows up, and the Beyond are basically been lots of enigmatic kind of, you will not understand my ways of doing things. It's like, right, well, tell us what you're doing then, because taking Spidey out of his timeline, or at least kind of, take what you gain out of it. I don't quite know. So I'm hoping by the end of the 4 issues, we're going to kind of figure out how to slots into the rest of the storyline. I was just really hoping to see some kind of background storylines that kind of like were side stories whilst this, maybe whilst the Avengers characters were doing something, the X-Men were not on in like issue 3 or whatever. We got to see what the X-Men were doing at the time, or we got to see some stuff between Magneto and the X-Men, or we got to see, maybe even better would have been, hopefully this can up some more stuff about Titania and Spider-Woman, because they got obviously put on their own locations on the planet, where Spider-Woman got a costume from, because obviously got the black costume. All this kind of stuff could have been stuff that they could have filled into this, but instead we've got Spidey being chased through multiple dimensions. Possibly, it's very confusing. It's not what I would have done, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's a grade A brilliant, but it's still okay. It's just I'd like to know a little bit more where it's going, and hopefully the 4 issues will kind of fill it out. But yeah, I'll stick with it for 4 issues. It was a $5 book. It's still not too bad. The artwork's really good in it. I'm really happy with the artwork, and I really love Spider-Man in his black costume anyway. So anything more with Spidey in his black costume is pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see where it pans out, and hopefully by the end of it, we will have a much more idea what's going on, and something that actually fits in with the established Secret Wars storyline. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.